Hey, it's Sharon here from Content Sparks, and in this video, I'm going to show you how you can add a lot of value to your brandable done-for-you content or PLR by adding some video tutorials, and you can use your existing content to give you ideas for that. So I'm going to hop over to our website for a second here, and let's look at one of the pages for one of our products. Here, let's look at quiz building for an example. Now, if you go through here, you can easily find some ideas right away for some tutorials that you could do just to add some value, things that people would want to see visually. So I'm just looking through the ideas, and for example, here there's a quiz planner mind map, and that's something that people might need a visual for, and you could create a tutorial on. So let's use that to start as an example, and I'm going to open that up. And here you can see what the mind map looks like. And it's got a place to put the title, your outcomes, questions, etc. So in order to do a good tutorial, the first thing you want to do is perform that task yourself so that you know what you're doing. And in this case, we went and actually did a quiz ourselves to make sure everything worked. So this is a bit more complicated, but we went in and actually created questions and outcomes and tested it in some software and made sure it was working. So you'd want to do that maybe on a smaller scale if you're doing a smaller video. This was as part of a course as well. So then you'd go back and you would, in this case, maybe do something a little bit smaller for the demo, but go back and actually do it yourself and then record yourself doing it. So I would open up a screen recording software like Snagit, which I'm using right now, and talk through it and actually tell people what I'm doing. So in this case, with the mind map, I would highlight it, show people to right click and edit the node, show them that they put their title in there. So for example, in this case, maybe the quiz is on what's your ideal lead generation strategy. So that could be the quiz, and I'm just going to throw things out there. And then you'd show them how to add each question and answer. So for instance, you're going to right click, edit node, and the first question might be, how many leads do you currently have? Right? And then you'd show them how to put in the answers, and maybe the answer is 0 to 100 or whatnot. And you'd also show them how to put in the outcomes, which is actually the first thing you do in the quiz building. You do the outcomes and then the questions. So obviously I would go back and then switch that and redo this one bit of the video and do the outcome first. So I would pause like that for a few seconds, and then I'd go back and redo that one bit of the video showing the outcomes first. So one outcome for lead generation, one strategy might be blogging. Another top strategy could be, let's say, Facebook ads. And I'd walk through just some basic examples for each. Then go in and do the questions and show how to map them. So that would be the end of my tutorial. I would save it. So in this case, I'm using Snagit. I'm not going to save it on the video, but I would save it, and then I'd want to go and edit it. So I use Camtasia for editing. I'll show you what that looks like here. So this was a different tutorial I did on Audacity, and I'm just showing you what it looks like when you open it up and want to go edit it. So you'd have the media in there. You might want to just look on the timeline here. I'm not sure if you can see this or not. But you can see all the different things in there, and if I zoom in a little bit more, wherever I had a long pause, I'd be able to find that quickly and then just highlight that section, whatever it is, and delete it. So I don't want to mess with this recording, but there's training available on Camtasia. It's very, very easy to use. So let's see, what else would you want to do? Obviously, when you're done, you want to publish it, share it, maybe put it in a blog post, or just share it on YouTube or social media, and add it as that extra value to any course or materials you have for your clients. So another idea, let me show you one more on here for quiz building. Another thing in here was we talk about setting up and launching your quiz. So that's another prime place to create a little video tutorial. And when I did that practice one as part of setting up this course, I created something in lead quizzes called What Content Should You Actually Be Creating? That's the one I used to create that mind map. So I would then create a little tutorial if I were teaching that course and show people how to use lead quizzes. So I'd open up my screen recording software again, and I'd go into the dashboard of lead quizzes. This is what lead quizzes looks like. And I'd show people how to actually set up a quiz. And if I open the one I did before, you can see it as well. Let me just scroll down a little bit. I have this pretty small. So I'd show that you can put in the quiz name and image. You then go in and put in your outcomes very easily, and you can put them, we put them actually on web pages in a redirect URL. So I would show them that. I'd go in and show how you write in your questions and answers and how you map them to outcomes and so on and so forth. So that's what that looks like. So I hope that gave you some ideas. Remember, you want to do video not just for video's sake, but where it makes sense, where people will benefit from a visual blow by blow and where text alone doesn't work fully. But people do still want to see text, so don't forgo that. Just look for the opportunities in your content that you have, in that brandable content, for ways to add some quick little video tutorials. Like I said, I use Snagit. For quick ones, I use Camtasia also for recording screen, but for doing some easy editing as well. I hope that helps, and go ahead and give it a try.